Same time the Jesus movement was happening in the early 70s, there was also this charismatic renewal movement, especially in the Catholic Church. So he was invited to speak at like an international charismatic Catholic conference in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So I'm going to sing a couple songs and he's going to preach. And it's this big, huge auditorium filled to capacity, Catholics from all over the world. They've had all the dignitaries, all the little speeches, all the little stuff that just drove Brother Dave nuts. For about 45 minutes, they're just going on and on with this, with that, with this, with that. And Brother Dave, I can feel him. He's starting to get antsy. Well, it's getting time. The guy that's going to announce him gets up. So now we're feeling like, okay, it's here. But before he introduced Brother Dave, he said, I just feel led of the Lord to do something. I hadn't planned on it, but he said, do you know that song, It Only Takes a Spark, Pass It On? He said, I want us to start way in the back of this auditorium. And way back there, sir, on the left, far back row, everybody just hold your hands out like this, like you've got a little flame, a little fire. And he said, while we sing this song, it only takes a spark to get a fire going, whatever it is. I want you to turn to the person next, just like you're passing the flame along, because the song is entitled Pass It On. Do you have any idea how long it takes for about 10,000 people to pass an invisible flame from row to row up to the front of the building? Finally, the invisible flame gets to the end of the row of dignitaries, which there's about 20 of them on the stage. And they pass it one to the other, one to the other. Finally, it comes to me, and then it's going to come to Brother Dave. He's the last guy in the chain. And this has taken 20 minutes at least. And he's just ready to blow up, So I get my hands over it. Right as I turned to him, I looked at him and I went, oh, I dropped it. And for a moment, he looked at me. I thought, he's going to kill me. But he just went, it just so totally released all the pressure. He laughed and then we were fine. A similar thing happened in Kansas City. We were there for a 3-day crusade. And the first night, Brother Dave, he preached like he did. He preached kind of long. That's fine, preach what you got to preach. Well, this chairman took it upon himself to let Brother Dave know that he'd gone a little too long. That wasn't a good thing to tell Brother Dave. So, boy, Brother Dave was fuming after the meeting. He called the crusade team together. He said, come on, guys, we're going to get out of here. They don't want us here. This guy tells me I preached too long. Let's just pack up and go home. So that was that intense reactionary part of Brother Dave. So we're all trying to calm him down. Look, we've made a commitment. Just forget that guy. It's the people. People are going to be saved. Okay. But he's fuming. So the next night, we're getting ready to start up the meeting. We're on the platform. Somebody saying something, all the little small speeches and whatever. And I can just feel Brother Dave sitting next to me. He's fit to be tied. And right before he gets introduced, I turned to him and I said, Brother Dave, keep it short. And again, he looked at me like he's going to kill me, but then he just kind of cracked up. He laughed. Well, that just released all that pressure, and then he was good. It was done. So I didn't realize it so much at the time. I'm just being myself. I've always had a sense of humor, but I look back and I go, a lot of the people around him were very serious. They didn't know how to handle that. So there was this tremendous kind of cloud of intensity all the time. And I think one of my ministries was just to push the release valve every now and then. So those are just kind of funny memories of some moments of ministry with him.